Cancer. Hey, a warm welcome to you all, and thank you for joining me for this, the last reading for you for 2020. And yes, it's the December reading, and as such, it is still a very busy month. Seems like a year that we got pushed and propelled into at the beginning is still pushing and propelling us as we move out and into the new year of 21. So some of the things that are happening, December the 4th, we have the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, and on November the 30th, we had the first one of the partnership of the eclipses. On December the 15th, we have Chiron stationing direct in Aries. The 17th of December, Saturn enters Aquarius. 19th of December, Jupiter enters Aquarius. 20th of December, Mercury enters Capricorn. 21st of December, winter-summer solstice, as well as Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. And that's just some of the bigger activity happening. So you can see that we prepare to propel ourselves into 21 with a great gusto of cosmic revelation and activities in our skies, and this in turn will affect us. And some of the more sensitive signs like yourself and the other water signs will possibly feel this emotional whirlpool, I think, at quite a deep level. Now, I did some intuitive work for you guys before I started your video, and there were some interesting comments that came, or messages that came. It said some of you may feel like taking time out from things and people, and that if you think through things, with that will come growth. So it feels to me like you're going to take some quiet time or contemplative time to really strategize, or perhaps think about what it is you're seeking or looking for the new year coming. The other things that mentioned were to trust your thoughts and inner awareness. And you are a psychic sign, Cancer. You have the ability to really connect into your psychic awareness, and this can help you to foster the dreams that you want, the desires, the directions you want to move forward. And it can also help you to tap into what you think is right and wrong, or what might be a right decision, or who you're sharing or spending your time or information with. So these could be really important aspects for you to think about as you move forward. And another part that said, listen in moments of quiet. And I do think that you're heading for some quiet time in and around December. And it might not be major quiet time, but you will appreciate the quiet time to, I think, you re-energize yourself or something with this quiet energy. And it's also that your psychic self may well be awakened to a higher degree during these times. So with that, we will move into your reading. We will use predominantly these 3 decks of cards. This is a full psychic deck, it's a full tarot deck. This is an energy oracle deck, and this is a Healing Hands Doreen Virtue deck. So let's see what's in store for you for Cancer for December 2020. I have a feeling that some of these messages that are coming will also represent the energies of January as well. The moon, how interesting, and of course we have the eclipses coming up, and this one has pulled itself out and gone into reverse. I have a feeling that could mean that the intensity of the eclipses that are in November and December, and I'm doing this reading literally on almost the day of the first of the eclipses in the partnership, that these might be quite relevant for you guys, and you might feel this emotional pull. And I've just talked quite extensively to you that the messages I received were about emotions for you guys, perhaps about feelings and bringing balance into those feelings. I have a feeling, I can't get off the feelings thing, can I? I have a thought that you're really reconsidering something, and you're reconsidering options, and this might be why you take the quiet time out. So the moon is very much about trusting your gut instincts, connecting to your intuitive or psychic self. And the fact that the moon is still reversed, it might mean that some of you do need to do this or take more attention to this message, or perhaps you've been feeling blocked, or as if you aren't hearing the correct messages, or you haven't been interested in connecting to that part of yourself. But I think it could be really worthwhile, because when the moon is upright, it is all about our intuitive, innate connection to the cosmic energies that are us, really, in real terms. It's also about bringing balance into perspective within your mindset, your emotions, your spirituality, and your physical body. So first card out being a major arcana, the moon, and it did reverse itself. Now I sometimes do think too that animals or pets may play a role in this month for you, and they may be on your mind. There may be issues with some of your pets, or you may even be receiving new pets. Some may pass over, or you may reconnect with passed over pets. This could also be talking about spirit guides coming in for you, and some of you may receive spirit guides such as these, like dogs or wolves or animals similar to that. The moon can also represent 3 people, and it can often represent the star sign or zodiac sign of Cancer. So there might be 3 people involved in an agenda you've got going on, or something that you are keeping hidden or haven't wanted to disclose fully. This might also represent the fact that it is being unearthed now. So something that you have been working with, or a project, or like maybe something you've kept hidden from others, is being opened up and coming to the surface as well. Just make sure I have got these cards the right way up. So this is for Cancer. Wow, that's very, very powerful. This is for Cancer for December. Now, I've noticed that most of the other readings, even though I've said December is a really, really big month, most of the other readings didn't have that many major arcana cards, and certainly none of them had the 2 cards required to produce an eclipse. And of course that is the sun and the moon. And we've talked about the eclipse, and right now as this reading is being done, we're moving into the first eclipse, which is the lunar eclipse, and then we have the solar eclipse. So somehow a lot of you will be affected. If you're listening to this reading, you may also have a rising sign or a moon sign that is also being quite impacted by the events of the eclipses coming. And it is a very powerful way to end 2020 and to march into 21. Now the sun came out the right way up, and it's almost as if it is really holding the greater dynamic than the reversed moon. The sun is quite opposite than the moon, clearly. This is our masculine energy, and this is our feminine intuitive energy. This is what provides us with life, with sunshine, with gaiety, with spontaneity, with happiness, with joy. This is much more introspective and about our deeper emotional perspective in life. The sun can reference new beginnings, pregnancies, conceptions, ideas, children in particular. So being like a child, remembering to play and to laugh and to enjoy life. The conception of new events in life, such as marriages, births of babies, co-joinings of families, the making of a new business, falling in love with new people. Romance is on the cards quite often when the sun is out, and when the sun is co-joined with the moon, it could be a bit of a hidden romance that is going on as well. So there's a lot of energy coming through these 2 cards alone, that they're both major arcana cards. They represent to the highest degree the eclipses that are taking place, and we had a bit of a reversal with this moon. I think you guys are going to be in for a very full-on month of December in many different perspectives and avenues, but in particularly in your emotional realm of life. The sun is a wonderful card of good prospects and enjoyment and future potentiality of newness. We had another jumper which I've just got off the ground because it went onto the ground. I haven't seen it yet. Oh my goodness. It's the Lovers. Look, I can't guarantee that I picked it up the right way, so I'm not sure if it's reversed or if it was the right way up. But right now, in this little threesome of cards, I'm getting a very strong message about the fact that there could be something going on for some of you in terms of love relationships, and it could be that some of these love relationships have been kept hidden, or they have been involved with more than just 2 people. So there may have been a relationship that's been brewing or evolving where one of the parties was already involved with another person. So possibly like they may have been married, or they may have been going through a divorce procedure, or they may have been unavailable as such, and they are slowly becoming available. So there might have been the start of this relationship forming. You may have become friends, you may have been workmates, for instance, and that this relationship is slowly taking shape, and it might be evolving into a more important relationship in your life. Now, this can also represent business relationships as well. So it could be that you might have been contemplating forming a relationship with someone, but there have been issues around whether or not the partnership or the business ideas were found, or there had been problems during the year that have caused like a blockage, as if it couldn't go further, it was stagnating. Then there is the Lovers. Is it reversed or not? I'm not going to play too much relevance into it, but we have got these two reversals with the major arcanas. I think it just means to me there have either been hold-ups or there have been other issues that have thwarted a clear and easy access in this potential partnership that you might have been contemplating. Now, as I say, it could be a love partnership, it could be a new business that you have been trying to form, or it might be a new friendship that is taking on a deep, committed feeling of absolute joy and happiness when you're with this person. It could be an extended family scenario or situation. But the fact that the sun plays a big role in here bodes quite well as to its depth of relevance in your life, and probably the other partnership's life as well. I do think some of this has been a bit hidden agenda, whether or not it's because you've wanted to keep it secret or someone else has, or things just weren't flowing and you felt the time wasn't right to make any announcements. But it is coming into the sun and coming into the light. So Cancer, a few little secrets perhaps that have been kept over time. Oh my goodness. This is the World. I think this one has spun itself upside down as well. And the Four of Swords. So this is taking the time out and being in this stillness of life and contemplating what direction you are heading in. And the World is the change of a whole cycle in life. It's like the last of the major arcana cards. So it can often represent a complete change out and heading in a new direction. It also talks about raising our frequency and understanding the cosmic nature of life. So some of you may have evolved in your own personal circumstances, and it may have been through the strangeness of this year that has brought you to this place of uncertainty, or a need or a desire to change where you may have been headed in life, or where you have come from, or what you want to experience. This reading is very intense, where every single card, bar this one at this stage, so we have 4 major arcanas, 2 of which might be reversed. That's a big read in itself, given the energies and the celestial or cosmic involvement that is also occurring. I feel a lot of you are on the cusp of something very major happening in your lives. The World card is a beautiful one to receive, and it talks about the 8th chakra, which is the star chakra, which comes to us above the 7th chakra, and it's much more cosmically aligned. So it can often give us like a power blast of insight into who we are and what we want and where we're going in life. I also see her, interestingly, dressed as a bit of a bride. So I'm getting the feeling that some of you might be moving away from relationships that could lead to something like a divorce, and you might be intending on thinking of marrying again or partnering up with a close person. Some of you may never have been married, and you may be moving into a marriage. This card, the World, can also represent endings and beginnings in terms of your career as well. So some of you may be completely changing a career out, and this could be what these 3 cards up here mean, that you may have been, let's say you were perhaps a nurse, or you were an accountant or a doctor, and you've been doing this for years and years, and then suddenly something has made you go, I'm over it, I've had it, I've done all I can, and I've learned all I can. I get this feeling I want to really do something different. Some of you might start brand new businesses up, and it might be in a whole different field. Some of you might go out and become givers or workers for communities or networks, or you might be the people that support others. You might also meet many people at this time in your life, and deep friendships that can remain forever, and sometimes with foreign people and different belief systems. There is a great deal of power in this reading. And even the Lovers card is about choice and having to make choice in around relationships or how we're doing things or who we're doing it with, which also means businesses. And this one, the Time Out card, or the Four of Swords, can sometimes mean feeling really stressed in the mind and feeling as though you're a bit overwhelmed with some choices you have to make. It can also represent fertility, as can the Sun. So fertility of ideas, concepts of of projects. It can represent minor surgeries and sometimes surgeries that are already booked in, and these may be exploratory or they may be for rejuvenation purposes. The World card can also be a heightened interest in sexual chemistry with someone, as can this card, as can this card, as can this card, as can this. So I feel there's a lot of romance popping out. There's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of relationship stuff going on here. Boom, what a big reading. I don't know if we need to do any more of these ones because they're all leading to quite deep messages. How this takes you into beginning 2021, I am unsure, but I think a lot of you are going to feel as though you are really making immense change in 21. Oh my gosh, now the Chariot. So the Chariot can be about moving forward and regaining strength if you've felt as though you didn't have strength, but it's often can be the card of shifting as well. So moving home, moving to a new place. This can also be about cars. It can be about purchasing a new vehicle. It can be about going on road trips. It can be about finding the balance between the physical and the spiritual aspects of life. It can be being offered a new job or starting a new business. The Queen of Cups, this is your energy, this is your sign. And when the Queen is like this in her exalted power, this is you feeling more powerful, gaining strength, feeling committed, feeling energized, being passionate and being excited and vibrating life. Wow, I'm loving your reading. Oh my God, now you've got the Fool. So the Fool is the first major arcana card and the World is the last. So there's this completion of a journey for some of you. It may have been over the period of a decade, or it may have been even longer. And for some of you, this is in relationships. For others of you, this is spiritual. For some of you, this is career oriented. But the Fool is about understanding you are walking into a new paradigm of concepts of you, and you also put yourself first at this place and time. This is about understanding your needs and wants, and that when you follow these and open up to them and tune into them and allow them to become you, you're also available then to offer more to others. What a package this is. What an amazing, amazing reading you guys have had. And there's still one card here and I haven't finished the reading. Whoa! Now you've got the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is one of the most adored cards in the entire deck. There's so much coming in here now about earth energy and the root chakra. And this is homes, families, money, soul tribes, jobs, careers. It's about feeling grounded, you know. And if you haven't been feeling any of this or experiencing it, now is the time to make sure that you clear any blockages, that you move into 2021 with all of this powerful energy that your cosmic sign seems to be able to grasp and to unfold at this point in time. Get on board this train, guys, and really activate the stuff that you want to see happen, because this is probably the best reading of all of them that I've done so far, in terms of potentiality and vastness and cosmic energy just pouring in for you. So the Ace of Cups can also be about beautiful spiritual union, bliss, I mean, how many cards have we had saying about unions and relationships and harmony? And this is about it coming in. It's the conception of it. This can also be conception of ideas, fertility, pregnancy, new business opportunities, new love opportunities. I mean, you guys have received some of the best cards in the deck in terms of positivity. I'm actually quite blown away. So let's have a look. The Fool, the Ace of Cups, the Chariot is very much about strengthening and knowing that if you've had hard times, you're moving into an inner strength and a physical strength and a better journey ahead, and movement. This is card of movement, moving forward. We have the World card at the very end of the major arcanas. That's the accomplishment of every single other major arcana that's come through. We have the Sun adoring its energy and providing life and sustenance and ideas and power and passion. We have the Lovers, however you want to take that, whether it's love and harmony in a current relationship or finding a new love or the first time love. It could be deep emotional bonding with other people, not necessarily romantic either. So just deep friendships, so deeply committed. It can also be twin flame energy. And then we have the Moon about relationships and finding our connection to ourself and our higher energies as well. Then you had yourself in the position of exaltedness, of being the ultimate feminine energy of strength and dominion within your own cosmic sign. And then probably just the least significant, but it might be just as interesting as this Four of Swords, talking to you about taking the time to understand all of these messages and cosmic energies flowing your way, and possibly taking some time out to replenish yourself one way or another, maybe some surgical procedures that you might be interested in, or for your health that you need to have done as well. But wow, boom, what an amazing, wonderful, powerful, intuitive, full of messages reading has come through for you. Let's just have a quick look at this deck, which is an energy oracle deck, just to see what's coming out for you guys, Cancer. This is for December 2020, but I do think this is a far vaster reading than that. A little bit of anxiety. Sometimes the anxiety might be due to all the potential change that is coming. It can also reference there may have been anxiety during the year, and a lot of people have experienced that, and perhaps you have spent time contemplating what moves to make or directions to take. Action. This would be so similar to the Chariot card because we have the horses here, and these are often depicted as a black and white horse in the traditional tarot deck. So the Chariot is an action card, and you've had this come out twice now. I also think that maybe spirit animals will be around you, or you might feel animals. You might come across horses in particular in the month of December, and they may play a role for you one way or another. But this is definitely about movement and moving forward, quite often at pace and speed. It can also be travel, road travel, as I said, and it can be about gaining a balance in life, the black and white, the yin and yang, male and female, cosmic awareness and understanding. Strategy. Strategy can be very productive in helping to decrease anxiety or worries, because when we strategize something, we have a plan in place, and when we have a plan, we're able to easily map things out and move forward. And this one says journaling, so sometimes diarising things or writing them down could be very beneficial and positive for your plans in the future. And with that, there's a compass, and there's also money here. So this is telling me that the more you write or the more you communicate, the more you will unlock, because that's a key at the top, and then the more finances might come in your way as well. So this may have something to do with jobs or career pathways as you move forward, or even how you earn your money or spend your money. One more from this deck for Cancer. You have got such a wonderful reading. The Thinking Man can sometimes be an air sign, I think sometimes a Libran, and he holds in his hand this beautiful quartz crystal, which I think very much looks like this, and this is an abundance crystal. So he's holding this and pondering upon it. And when you receive something like the abundance crystal in a reading as well, this is like an opportunity coming your way. I do feel there is great propensity for you guys to really activate something at a deep level here to lead you forward and to propel you into 21 with changed directions that you may never have dreamed were possible, but it feels as though they are. So this abundance may be available for you, and it again is telling you to deploy some sort of strategy or thinking. So these last two cards that have come out are really saying to you, utilize intelligence in making some decisions. So don't have it all just about emotions. Make sure that intelligence is being deployed, and also communication. So there's a message in there for you that you need to put into the situations that you are working with and that you are moving forward with for the journeys into 21. What else do we have in here for Cancer? This will be interesting. This is a Healing Hands deck. Integrity, values. So this is a powerful card. It might not necessarily seem it that way, but it says align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. Now when the integrity card comes out, it can indicate that we could be doing something that isn't sitting right, and sometimes when that happens we suffer from anxiety or panic attacks or feelings of doubt. So if you are experiencing something in your life that you're questioning and thinking, should I be doing this or shouldn't I, then really strategize it and really put it to the test and write down the pros and cons for it. Write down, why am I doing this? Why am I heading in this direction? Is it going to pay dividends? Do I feel good about it? And that's what integrity is. They're values that your soul has given to you for your life's journey. Now sometimes along our journey our integrity values will change, and this can be when we reach a point of freedom in life where we are able to move away from past integrity assessments that may have been put in place by others, such as caregivers or parents or community leaders, like when you were a child and you went to Scouts or Girl Guides. You may have gone to church. And sometimes our integrity values were preset for us by institutions or similar type things that society placed. So we can go through immense changes in life, and when we do, when we reach those apex moments, sometimes our integrity values are changing. And you might be experiencing this in your life at this point in time. It can be quite an intense event scenario, and it can take a long time to come into awareness of the changes that are taking place, but it is really about self-growth, and it also really represents the World card as well in many ways. So one last card here for Cancer. You have had a beautifully powerful reading. What is the last card for them to think and ponder upon to add to all of this kind of magic? Two that came out. Third eye chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras and visions, and make sure you ask your angels for help if you have any doubt or you need some extra answers or you're seeking further insight. So tap into your psychic awareness as well. Ask your celestial and cosmic helpers, because they will give you help, but you do need to ask. So as the final message for your reading, it seems to be, don't forget the innate connection to your psychic intuitiveness. Trust it. You guys may see angels or auras and visions in this month coming up and leading into 21. They could be very exciting. They could be a bit scary if you've never seen them before. And do remember to ask for help if you feel you need it around certain situations or decisions that you are making. So a powerful, powerful reading for you guys, very exciting, full of so many messages and opportunities and directions. I think it's wonderful. Thank you guys for joining me. I wish you the very, very best on this intense new possible journey that a lot of you might be wishing to take and experience. So thank you again. Check your moon and rising signs. There could be some really exciting information in those as well. And I bid you all a wonderful, happy, safe and healthy new year. Much love everyone. Namaste.